Exposing Ashley, 9 o'clock Moonlight. Full report and legal consideration. This document contains a factual and detailed exposé of an individual known online as Ashley, also using the alias Moonlight, and various alt accounts such as Wolf. This document is not just an internet roast. It serves as a formal record of digital harassment, threats, potential financial fraud, and violations of Discord's terms of service. As a U.S. citizen based in Ohio, I am within my legal rights to document, report, and pursue appropriate action regarding these incidents. Ashley is reportedly located in the United Kingdom, which may introduce cross-border complications. However, due to the international nature of the internet and platforms like Discord, evidence of fraud, harassment, or endangerment may still be actionable under both U.S. federal law and UK internet safety law. All screenshots included are timestamped and preserved as digital evidence. Paragraph 1. This is the story of Ashley, known online by many names, most notably 9 o'clock, Moonlight. This expose isn't drama. It's not clout chasing. It's a detailed breakdown of lies, manipulation, fake threats, alt accounts, and dangerous behavior, all backed by screenshots, voice chats, and real consequences. I didn't make this video out of pettiness. I made it because this person tried to destroy my name while hiding behind fake identities and delusions of power. Paragraph 2. Let's go back to the beginning. Me and Ashley started out on friendly terms. At the time, I had just gotten out of something complicated and was dealing with personal stress. She slid in, and somehow we ended up with a plan to fake a relationship. Yes, fake. The idea was to make someone else jealous. We both agreed to it. But Ashley took that fake situation and twisted it into a real one. It became toxic fast. Paragraph 3. Ashley told me she was 16. That's what she said in DMS, in calls, everywhere. It wasn't until we were deep in the situation that she admitted she was actually 13. I immediately cut things off. I told her I couldn't continue, not after a lie like that. But instead of apologizing, she blew up. She called me names. She said she used me. She tried to flip the narrative and play the victim. I've got screenshots. I've got clips. I've got proof. Paragraph 4. After that, the real chaos started. Ashley began creating alt accounts, 9 o'clock Moonlight, Wolf, countless others. She used them to spy, to argue with herself in chats, to make it look like she had people backing her up. But I caught on quick. I traced usernames. I matched her speech patterns. Her entire support system, it was her, talking to herself, defending herself, faking entire group conversations to make herself look right. Paragraph 5. Then came the threats. She told me she had my IP, that she was going to dox me, that she'd shut off my Wi-Fi, steal my accounts, and leak all my private info. None of it ever happened. I was still online, still thriving, still running my business. The only thing she exposed was her own immaturity. Her threats weren't scary. They were sad. She wanted power, and when she couldn't get it, she tried to fake it. Paragraph 6. Ashley even said she was making a video to expose me, with leaks and all. But no video dropped, no leaks came, because she had nothing. She said I was a bum, that I had no income. She mocked my face, my body, my brand. But here's the thing. I own an LLC. I run a community. I make real money. I don't beg for Cash App donations from strangers in Discord servers. I building. She destroys. That's the difference. Paragraph 7. It got darker. She admitted CPS might come for her because she doesn't go to school. She joked about running away. But when I mentioned it, suddenly, I was the bad guy. She tried to guilt trip me for stating facts. You can't cry about consequences when you brag about your chaos. If you say CPS is after me, don't act surprised when people take it seriously. Paragraph 8. When I clapped back with facts, it broke her. She started begging me to send normal messages because she couldn't keep up. She called me corny for spacing out my responses because reading it all at once hurt too much. She called for her friend Death King to step in and stop me, but nothing could save her from the truth. She got cooked in real time and panicked. Paragraph 9. Ashley had a full-blown meltdown in Discord. She went from laughing emojis to all caps rage in seconds. 1 second she's saying, "I'm not worth it." The next she's calling me every name in the book. She said she makes more in one night than I do in a month. She said random men pay her, then denied using Cash App, then admitted she gets paid. Her contradictions exposed her more than I ever could. Paragraph 10. She started body shaming me, called me fat, said I had a chopped face, claimed I was obsessed with her. But she was the one reading every word I typed like it was scripture. She was the one replying line for line to a person she claimed she didn't care about. That's not detachment. That's obsession, and it's embarrassing. Paragraph 11. Throughout this video, I'll be posting screenshots, full DMS, chat logs, alt exposures, all of it. If you've ever been around Ashley or Moonlight, chances are you've already seen her behavior. But this video documents it, start to finish, her lies, her manipulation, and her final collapse. Paragraph 12. She said she'd make an exposé on me, that I'd be leaked. But everything she accused me of, she did. She lied about her age. She used people for money. She talked to older men. She flirted with a 27-year-old and admitted it. That's why Discord disabled her account. Her own actions got her banned, and she's still blaming everyone else. Paragraph 13. She bragged about using guys for money, said it proudly. Then when confronted, she said, "What about it?" with a smirk emoji. Her entire brand was built off simping, lies, and pretending she was something she wasn't. Meanwhile, I was building bots, growing a server, and helping my community. Paragraph 14. Let's lay it out. I own an LLC. She owns 9 alts. I have a business site. She has a fake exposé. I file taxes. She fakes tears. I have a public face. She hides behind filters and excuses. You tell me who's winning. Paragraph 15. People in the chat saw it all. Her contradictions, her rage, her backtracking, her obsession with me. They saw her fall apart message by message. That wasn't a roast war. It was an execution. And she lost. Badly. Paragraph 16. Toward the end, she threatened me IRL. Said she'd do worse than CPS if she ever saw me. Then turned around and said, "I swear I'm calming down." She wanted me kicked. She begged for mods. But it was too late. You can't undo the truth once it's out there. And the truth is, she played herself harder than anyone ever could. Paragraph 17. This video isn't the end. It's the beginning. I'll keep exposing people who try to tear down what I've built. I don't care how many alts they make. I don't care how loud they scream. If you fake doxes, lie about your age, and hurt others for attention, I'll find you, and I'll speak. Paragraph 18. I stand for accountability. I stand for real creators, real builders, and people who are honest. Ashley isn't one of them. She used people, manipulated people, lied to people, and when it caught up with her, she collapsed. She is not a victim. She is a warning sign. Paragraph 19. Ashley, if you're watching this, this is what you wanted, right? You wanted attention. You wanted a fight. Well, now the world sees who you are. You don't get to play innocent anymore. The evidence is out. The screenshots are out. And this video, it's forever. Paragraph 20. To everyone watching, thank you for standing with truth. Share this. Comment. Subscribe. Protect your servers from people like this. And Ashley, you said you were going to expose me. But in the end, you exposed yourself. Game over. Exhibit A, screenshot evidence. This screenshot shows Ashley, as Bella the Wolf, openly admitting to using men for money. Her response is unapologetic and ends with her saying, "Bye, bitch," after getting what she wanted. This is one of the most clear self-incriminating receipts available. In this image, she confirms again in private chat that she used someone for money, casually saying, "What about it, ho?" and threatening to block the user again on her alt. This shows her repetitive pattern of manipulation. Here, Ashley admits responsibility for the death of one of her kittens. She says it was kind of my fault, and goes on to describe the situation casually. This shows a shocking lack of accountability or remorse. This disturbing message confirms she flirted with a 27-year-old man online, who then asked for explicit pictures. She says she denied it, but also admits Discord restricted her account after the exchange. This confirms risky, inappropriate behavior. In this Discord message under the Moonlight alt, Ashley says directly that the person she's attacking is nothing, a waste of time, and more. It's pure verbal abuse, with the intent to devalue someone emotionally and publicly. Dan the Fox confirms that Ashley didn't want the user added to the chat. Then she replies Tyson Bay, showing a level of manipulation and alliance, building through her other friends to isolate her targets. This screenshot captures another toxic moment, where she tells the user to shush and admits she was only being nice by saying goodbye. Her hostility and dismissiveness are clear, even in what's supposed to be a peaceful exit. Legal implications. The behavior documented in this exposé, including manipulation, threats of doxing, financial exploitation, and inappropriate online interactions with adults, may violate various internet safety laws. In the U.S., this includes the Computer Fraud and Abuse Act and laws against online harassment and exploitation of minors. In the UK, these actions could fall under the Malicious Communications Act, 1988, and the Communications Act, 2003. Additionally, any admission of using individuals for money while underage could raise potential concerns about online grooming and fraud. This document, along with preserved metadata and logs, can be submitted to Discord's Trust and Safety Team, U.S. Cyber Tip Line, if necessary, and appropriate cross-border authorities, if escalated. Expanded legal analysis. Cross-jurisdictional violations. 1. Online harassment and threats. Under U.S. law, specifically 18 U.S. Code Section 261A, stalking, it is illegal to use electronic communication to engage in a course of conduct that causes substantial emotional distress or fear of harm. Ashley's repeated threats of doxing, hacking, and personal harassment qualify as digital stalking. 2. Transmission of threatening communications. 18 U.S. Code Section 875C makes it a federal crime to transmit threats to injure another person using interstate communications, which includes online platforms. The statement she made referencing physical harm, when I see you IRL, it's raps, for him, and doxing, I got your IP, fall under this. 3. False allegations and defamation. In both the US and UK, spreading knowingly false statements that damage someone's reputation can qualify as defamation. Her public threats to leak fake information and expose Kenzo with falsehoods could be considered libel, written defamation. Fourth, using men for money. While underage, Ashley openly admits to using men online to gain money. In the U.S., this could constitute wire fraud under 18 U.S. Code, Section 1343, if deception was used via electronic communication for personal gain. Furthermore, because she is underage and engages in manipulative relationships online for money, it may invoke scrutiny under child exploitation statutes, particularly if adults were involved or exposed to deception. 5. Inappropriate conduct toward with adults. Ashley admits to flirting with a 27-year-old man and being involved in an exchange that led to Discord disabling her account. This incident may raise issues under child protection laws, both in the U.S., such as laws enforced by the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children, and UK, such as the UK's Sexual Offences Act 2003, especially if any solicitations for images were involved. 6th, Malicious Communications Act 1988, UK law. This law criminalizes the sending of threatening, offensive, or indecent messages with the intention to cause distress. Ashley's own messages using slurs, insults, and direct threats would clearly breach this act if investigated by UK authorities. 7. Communications Act 2003, UK law. Section 127 of this act makes it an offense to send via a public electronic communications network a message that is grossly offensive or of an indecent, obscene, or menacing character. Her repeated use of the R word, body-shaming messages, and aggressive language apply here. 8. Terms of service violations, Discord. Ashley has broken multiple Discord rules. A. Creating alt accounts for malicious purposes. B. Threatening to dox and hack users. C. Harassment. D. Lying about age. These alone are grounds for permanent platform-wide suspension. 9. Cross-border complications. Since Kenzo is located in Ohio, U.S., and Ashley is based in the U.K., jurisdiction becomes complex, but not impossible. If the threats were severe enough or involve financial manipulation or exploitation, law enforcement could collaborate through Interpol or via mutual legal assistance treaties, MLATs, that exist between the U.S. and U.K. These allow for investigation, prosecution, and even extradition in certain cybercrime cases. 10. Preservation of digital evidence. This report, including screenshots with visible timestamps, usernames, and direct quotes, can be submitted as part of a digital harassment claim. It is advised to file a formal report to Discord, Trust and Safety, and if threats escalate, consider reporting to local cybercrime units in both Ohio and the UK's National Crime Agency, NCA.